Aloha, my name is Justin Herrmann and I'm running for West Maui County Council. And over the last couple years, I've found that it's going to take a lifetime to go ahead and help everyone. First, we must start here as an ohana and make this aina the template and our base of operations for the rest of the world. So on this side, you see hole in the hull operations. These are things that over the years we throwing money into it and spinning our wheels. Over the last 7 years, I've seen these same things on the back. Water rights, housing, over-tourism, and homelessness. Now these are all things I think we can do and I have plans for, and I can enact these things. But also I feel that we need to work together on smaller things as a ohana and an island together to make things happen and then work our way up to these bigger things that we can work into. And that brings me to this side over here, collaborative efforts to steer the ship. Now these are all things that we can work on together to get everyone to help out, and then once we get to the bigger items on the list, it'll be that much easier for us to come together and work on making those things happen. So we start with our keiki. The keiki is our future. And those are the ones that we need to look out for the most. We need to start making sure they're getting everything they need in school. They're getting all the things that need to happen outside of school, like teaching of the way the aina used to work by kapunas. We can have workshops for the keiki at farms. We can do this at different places where we can teach them how to fish, teach them how to hunt, just the old ways from the kapuna, and then also teach them new ways of doing things as well. Next, we have the cleanliness of the island. Being our economy is a tourist-based economy, we should have the best looking island and the best looking place that anyone can go to in the world. Not just driving out of the airport, seeing the palm trees, seeing it super nice, all the way to each city they're going to. You go down that service drive and there's piles of trash everywhere. We need to start coming together and making this place look nice if we're going to be doing tourism. We need to help that out. We need to work together, make it nice for them. They spend more money with us. Then that makes us have a clean island. And then we can work on planting crops in these places that we're cleaning up. There's plenty of space for us to plant stuff on these different places so then people can see different things growing as they're driving to different cities in our community and on this aina. Growing food to feed us all. There's plenty of room on this whole island to grow enough food to feed everyone. Not just this island, not just all the islands. We could feed everybody in the whole United States with enough food that we can grow on this island. Then we can take a little bit off our back with tourism and start growing food to sell to everyone. We can grow the nicest, the greatest food and also feed ourselves with the overabundance of food. If we just start working together, possibly growing in our backyards, handing out food to each other, helping our neighbors, helping everybody out just by growing food, we'll have an overabundance to bring to farmers markets, to bring to these places that everyone can get a chance to have their fruits of their labor given to people that come to this island. On that note of things, I'm very concerned on us growing food on all the sugarcane land so soon and giving all that food out to others. We were all told that it was going to be 10 years before that land was able to grow on and be able to not have all those bad fertilizers and nastiness in it from what we did to the land with the sugarcane. But here we are, we're selling it to people. That's not good for us. We need to start working on selling all natural foods and foods that we can grow in our backyards, not lemon and lime trees that are growing pesticides. We need to start growing better food for everyone and for all of us here, because the better food we grow here for us, the better we grow up and the better our bodies do. And then we can show everyone that everyone can work the same way. A better way that I have that we can start utilizing the food that is sold on this island is we can put up a couple facilities on this island where we can take in non-perishable food and possibly, if we get an okay, perishable food on items that tourists leave over. I myself will get a fridge full of food from my family when they come into town. So why isn't it we can have this food dropped off so we can feed the less fortunate families in our community? We can feed all the families in our community. If we have 30 to 60,000 tourists a day and each of them leave a pound of food a day, that's 30 to 60,000 pounds of food a day that we could have. And there's plenty more food than that. So we need to start utilizing the way we use our tourism on island. There's plenty of trash left over, chairs, items like that. Those items can be donated to us, and then we could rent them out to tourists, and then all that money could come back to us, and we can use that to feed the less fortunate in our communities. Pool noodles, chairs, buckets, sand equipment, anything for the beach, rafts. People just leave this behind on the beach, or they leave it somewhere for someone else to pick up. Why don't we just have a drop-off spot where we can use it, where we can rent it out to other people right when they get off the plane, and then, reciprocating money into a place where we can start putting money out into our community. Last is working on building people up. We keep saying workforce housing. Now, I feel that every time we say workforce housing, this means slavery housing. We're putting all of us in these little boxes, these little apartments. Why aren't we helping each other build each other up to buy a house here, buy things? Why aren't we working on budgets with our community? Why aren't we having little workshops to help everyone get in line to what they can actually start saving and affording things, and from there and beyond? Once you start alleviating these things that people think they can't make it to the top because it's so expensive, once we start working with people on budgets, working with the community and building each other up and helping each other and working with each other, then we can work on, or instead of trying to get us all live in these little cubicle boxes, we can work our way up to buying our own houses on this land, or land from people to build our own houses, so we can then let our families flourish and have the INA work the way it's supposed to, in collaboration with you and me and all of us. And that's the only way that it can work, is if we all come together as a collaboration and make things happen. So as I always say, look into the mirror and find in your heart who you believe you should vote for. Whoever you see in your heart in that aloha, that's who you should vote for. Other than that, let's all come together and work together on this beautiful island and make things happen. Aloha.